in a last man standing match is a whole different story. So you're going to have
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Suplex Report. Get ready for all things WWE, news, match analysis, and more. Hit that bell so you never miss the action. Survivor Series, War Games 2025, delivered chaos inside the double cage, but when the final bell rang and the smoke cleared, it wasn't the brutal fight inside the structure that stole the night. It was the masked figure who stormed into the match and turned the entire result upside down. The WWE Universe erupted instantly. For hours, fans rewound clips, dissected angles, and compared silhouettes, trying to crack the mystery of who interfered. But no theory prepared them for the moment. Paul Heyman, smiling with the confidence of someone who knows he owns the moment, stepped backstage after the event and revealed the identity of the attacker himself. The reveal wasn't just surprising, it reshaped WWE's direction heading into the new year. The aftermath of War Games. The War Games match left bodies scattered, alliances strained, and every storyline hanging in uncertainty. The masked interference became the single most discussed moment of the night, overshadowing every victory, defeat, and highlight. Wrestlers staggered backstage trying to understand what had happened, while commentators whispered theories off camera. Social media exploded with slow-motion replays and fan breakdowns, none of which could reveal what WWE kept carefully hidden. Once again, Paul Heyman positioned himself at the center of the storm. Heyman enters the backstage area with intent. Long after the event ended and the crowd filed out, Paul Heyman walked the backstage corridors with a quiet smirk that instantly told anyone who saw it that he was exactly where he wanted to be. Production crew tried stopping him, asking questions, trying to gather information, but Heyman ignored every voice and continued forward with the calm confidence of a man who had orchestrated something massive. He headed straight to the media area where a few cameras were still recording wrap-up interviews. Without hesitation, Heyman stepped into the frame, raised his hand, and demanded full attention. The mystery figure returns. The room went silent as he motioned toward a shadowed corner. Heavy steps echoed as the masked figure from War Games approached, still wearing the same dark, anonymous mask that had struck fear and confusion hours earlier. Every person in the room, wrestlers, camera crew, interviewers, turned toward him. No one spoke. Even without a clear identity, the presence alone was powerful enough to command a reaction. Heyman rested a hand on the masked figure's shoulder, took a slow breath, and prepared for the reveal that would redefine the night. The moment the mask came off, Heyman lifted the mask with a deliberate precision, slowly raising it until the superstar's face was visible. Gasps immediately filled the room. The identity wasn't a debuting rookie. It wasn't a surprise call-up. It was someone with history inside WWE, someone with unfinished business, someone fans had not seen in long enough for the shock to hit twice as hard. The revelation spread instantly. Before WWE could even craft an official announcement, social media feeds overflowed with reactions, clips, and theories. A return with purpose. This superstar wasn't brought back to be a background player. His expression said everything. He lifted his chin, narrowed his eyes, and allowed a subtle smirk to appear, one that reflected confidence, intent, and readiness to re-enter the main stage with force. It wasn't the smirk of someone returning for nostalgia. It was the smirk of someone ready to climb back into the center of WWE's most important storylines. Heyman leaned in and whispered something into the superstar's ear, and although microphones couldn't capture the words, the reaction made the message clear. The strategy behind the return. Fans immediately began piecing together recent events. Every strange backstage shot, every cryptic segment, every unusual absence suddenly became part of a larger pattern. Heyman had been planning this all along. He waited for War Games, an event defined by chaos and high stakes, because he knew that was the perfect moment to pull the trigger. His timing was surgical. War Games was already unpredictable, raw, and emotional. Dropping a returning force into that environment was the ultimate strategic move. The power shift begins with the masked superstar now revealed and aligned with Heyman. WWE's landscape has shifted dramatically. Suddenly, every title picture looks different. Every faction feels less secure. Every rivalry looks vulnerable. Heyman does nothing without a long-term plan, and the energy in the room made it clear this was not merely a return, it was the start of something larger. Whatever this partnership becomes, it has enough momentum to alter the course of the upcoming season. Impact on current storylines. Questions erupted instantly. Who becomes the first target? Which ongoing storylines will this disrupt? Could champions be in danger of losing their footing? Does this create a new faction? Does this threaten existing alliances? Fans began connecting dots between who was left weakened after War Games and who Heyman might want to influence or challenge next. Nothing about the reveal suggested a slow build. The returning superstar looked ready to step directly into the center of the action. The ripple effect across WWE backstage reactions spread quickly. Some superstars were stunned, others frustrated, and many concerned about how their positions might change. War Games had already delivered emotional damage, and now the landscape felt even more unstable. A returning, proven competitor partnered with one of the most strategic minds in wrestling history is not something anyone on the roster can ignore. Several ongoing rivalries suddenly feel threatened by this new presence, and the road to Royal Rumble season becomes more unpredictable than ever. Heyman's vision for the future. If there's one constant in Paul Heyman's history, it is that he never aligns himself with someone unless he sees championship potential. He has managed dominant forces, engineered iconic careers, and shaped eras inside WWE. His smirk after the reveal wasn't random. It reflected the confidence of someone who believes he has discovered a new power capable of reshaping every major storyline. To Heyman, this return isn't about nostalgia or surprise, it is about control. The new alliance takes shape. The superstar standing beside Heyman wasn't chosen for convenience. He was chosen because Heyman believes he can dominate. A returning force with a new purpose, refined focus, and the guidance of someone who has engineered multiple world champions instantly positions this alliance as one of WWE's most formidable. The chemistry between them during the silent stare into the cameras suggested a partnership built on strategy, not emotion. The road to WrestleMania just shifted. With this reveal, WrestleMania season now carries an entirely new layer of suspense. Every major match prediction changes. Every potential storyline twist becomes more complex. This alliance, the strategist and the returning powerhouse, reshapes the path ahead. Whether he is destined to chase a championship, dismantle a rival faction, or carve a new legacy, the returning superstar's presence adds weight to every segment of WWE programming. A new era begins. Paul Heyman didn't rebuild, he didn't reorganize, he reloaded. And he did it with precise timing and dramatic impact. The reveal after Survivor Series War Games 2025 stands as one of the most significant moments of the year. The returning superstar now stands beside one of wrestling's most influential minds, ready to shift the balance of power, rewrite alliances, and challenge anyone who stands in the way. WWE is entering a new era, one shaped by a strategist who thrives in chaos and a competitor ready to dominate.